Hey, good morning guys. It is Saturday and I have the car behind me getting warmed up because today we're finally gonna get installed the wheels that I picked up for this car. I got a really nice hookup thanks to a good friend from the KDM San Diego page, and as you can see behind me, I have the Acura getting warmed up as well because I probably could have, but I don't know. I don't want to chance it. 2 rims are in my car, 2 rims are in the Acura, so that way we can get it mounted. But yeah, let's go on this adventure. I'm really excited to finally get some wheels on this thing. I'm just happy to have them on, so let's go. All right, so if my eyes look chinky, it's because the sun's directly in my eyes, but as you can see, the car is behind me and getting ready to be lifted to have the stock wheels removed. Hey guys, so it's fast forward now, it's Sunday. I got the rims installed and everything. The only reason why I didn't do any more recording was after driving the car around for a little bit, I felt kind of a slight vibration, and usually that means that one of the wheels is out of balance. So got it checked out. I'm guessing that maybe I'm just feeling a little bit more sensitivity because these rims are a little wider. One wheel was indeed slightly out of balance by, I think it was like a quarter weight, so we added that. And we swapped some rims around just to see if it changed the feeling for me. I'm honestly thinking I'm just being a little extra sensitive because they are, in a sense, wider wheels. So we'll see, but so far, nothing's wrong with the rims. They're perfectly fine. They look great. Washing the car right now, and then, you know, Sundays are for car stuff. So let me show you what I have planned for today, not just on my car, but the Project RSX. So we're inside the hatch, and as you can see, I got my Chemical Guys window cleaner and wheel rim cleaner, and a bunch of rags and other stuff that's not in the trunk right now because we're working on the car. I get to install a new dash cam by Rove straight from Amazon. This was a birthday gift from Stacy, so thank you so much. I don't really plan on doing an install or a review because the install is going to be the exact same thing, but if you guys want me to review this, let me know and I'll go ahead and do that. Had to repaint the front tow hook because the sun really eats away at the paint, so had to repaint that again, give it an extra shine. And finally, we got this for the car, nice little rear tow hook in red. So we're going to be installing that once the car is washed, so that way we can do the review, you know, give the car a little bit more red accents. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's get working. Alright, so real quick, I'm doing the rear tow hook install, and I'm sitting down here, and I wasn't going to do an install video on this because these things should be like super easy, but I wanted to tell you guys something, and it's something that I noted in case some of you guys are trying to do a rear tow hook install. This will vary from tow hook to tow hook, but the one thing I'm noticing is that the way the Velocer's hitch is, it'll basically make the tow hook sit slightly crooked. So what I did is basically I put a spacer in between the right one to kind of help with the offset. But the other thing that I'm going to recommend when you do this is that line it up the way you want it and tighten the back one first, because what will happen is it'll shift, and then the actual nut, as you can see here, the nut will actually go inside and you won't be able to tighten it. And what you basically want it to do is grab on this little lip right here, well, the rear one anyways. You want it to grab on the lip so that way it's against something, and then the front one will be pretty easy to do. Another thing to note is don't over tighten these things. This is honestly purely cosmetic, so if you really needed to get a tow, it might be strong enough, but considering the way that the bolts had to line up and the way I had to tighten them, I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, just cosmetic, kind of for fun, for show, blah blah blah. I had to line it up. As you can see, it's probably as straight as I'm gonna get it, because otherwise it was more like that crooked. So yeah. And also real quick, the bolt size on the Benin, which is probably one of the more common ones for the JDM people, it's a 19, whatever, it's a 19. It's not gonna focus. Oh, there you go, you can barely see it, 19. So yeah, that's the size socket you're gonna need for these nuts. So yeah, these nuts, okay, just kidding. And on a minor note, for those of you who aren't lazy like me, I guess an easy solution would be to get like more spacers and obviously extended bolts. So you can go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and pick that up to get it to work. But I'm just, you know, using what I got, which many of you are probably gonna do anyway. So just my 2 cents. Also, forgive me on the video if there's a lot of wind noise. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny, windy Sunday. So yeah. And now we're on the inside to remove the cable that I had for the previous dash cam. So yeah, let's route the new one and get this done. So we're making progress. We removed the cable, but if there's one thing I hate, it's prying body panels, because I feel like I'm gonna break something, even though you're not. Like, there's these little clips in here, the little white ones, but oh man, I always feel like I'm gonna break something. I already removed the cable from the top part, so it's just a matter of taking out this little section, and we're pretty much done. Yeah, see? I'm just gonna yank it out and route the new one through the same place. And done. You can barely see the cable hanging there. Give it a little extra slack for the camera. Everything's hidden all the way up here. The only part I didn't hide, because I haven't gotten around to removing the A-pillar, is this cable, which tucks into the weather stripping or the weather lining. Goes all the way down here. Remove this body panel once again. Put the excess cable through there, through the glove box. So when you open the glove box, you'll barely see this part sticking out right here, which tucks all the way down, closes easily, and then the excess cable is down here in a little crevice, and it's been cleaned up. New dash cam installed. I went with a little bit of a ricer kind of thing. I call it ricer just because it's kind of corny, but I decided to buy some red valve stem caps to kind of match the red lugs, just to give it that nice little red offset with the black theme. But the rims are really nice, make the car stand out. However, this car needs more low, so the next obvious step is to get those springs installed ASAP. While I'm not trying to black out the car like a lot of people do with tinting the rear taillights and everything, I do want to do something about the gray accents. I have something in mind, taking some inspiration from the Rally editions. So if any of you guys own one or ever seen one of those, you probably know where I'm headed with this. But yeah, we're gonna do some investigating to see how to get that portion done. But overall, I'm really happy with the rims. One note that I didn't mention is I got the rims for a really cheap price from a friend that's part of KDM San Diego. So shout out to him. That's mainly the reason why I went with rims. In the future, I do plan on switching shoes and selling these and kind of paying it forward, selling them to someone, you know, at a very cheap price as well, just to kind of return the favor once I'm finally set on getting the shoes that I want. But I'm really appreciative of it. Hey guys, what's up? It's Friday 4/20. I'm up really early well, for those of you guys that are gamers, I'm up really early for the wrong reasons. I was up early so I could get a chance to play some more of this. So if anyone's playing this with me, let me know what you guys think. But also because I have a little mini vacation going on with the artist formerly known as K5 Lou. We're basically just gonna kind of head up north along the coast and just kind of adventure and be grown up, hit up a few car spots and museums and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to vlog a little bit about the car related things and post them on here. But yeah, let's go on adventures, guys. So minus my wild blanket over here, what could possibly be underneath this blanket?